Hello YouTube, it's Colin here. It's the middle of February and it's freezing, and I'm working on guitars outside. I'm going to show you just a little bit of how I do sort of body contours, spoon cuts and all that sort of thing. It's maybe not the best way to do it, and it's maybe not the way you've been recommended to do it, but it's the way I do it, so this is what I do. Enjoy. So basically, right, I've got my tummy cut here, sort of penciled in where it needs to be, and I've already started work on it, but it needs to be, I need to come down a bit further. So tools, I've got quite a rough rasp here, which will take off a lot of material pretty quickly, which is good for getting the rough shape in, although it will leave some nasty tooth marks. So that's why we need to go in with some more files afterwards, of different sort of roughnesses. I don't know what you call it for a file. Is it gauge roughness? Fuck, I don't know. Essentially go in one at a time, and then once these are done, get the sandpapers in and smooth it all down to a decent enough finish. It's important to have your workpiece clamped down to the desk, because you don't want it to move when you are getting in there with the files and all the other tools. So I'm going to start from above. That means I'll be able to get the depth, and I'll work to this line, and then I'll flip around the other side and work at it from the other angle. That's usually the best way to do it. I'll usually put my hand to the top of the file and then my other hand on the base and rock it like that. That's how I use my files. I seem to find that gives me the best control over them. And periodically clear away that dust so you can see what you're doing. Just don't get all stuck to your gloves like I did. That's me finished off with this rasp here. I've managed to get it to just about where the line I was sketching for. Certainly it's got to the depth, and it's looking pretty nice. So I think I'm happy to leave it the way it is now. I'll just get it tidied up with my other files. Let's see what we've got here. This is a slightly less rough file, not as big teeth. I think it might actually be a metalwork file, but it works well in this instance. And basically, at the moment, it's all rough and tooth marks from the other file. I'm going to just take this and chop them all to bits. That should come out a lot smoother. You'll be able to see here, this is the side I've started to go in with the finer file to polish out, so it's looking pretty smooth. And this side I've yet to get to. This was off the blue rough file, so you can see how much sort of teeth damage you get in the wood with that. But once you start polishing it up with the other files, it starts to become really smooth. There's still some teeth marks there, which are noticeable, maybe not on the camera, but definitely to the eye, and definitely will be noticeable when the finish goes on. So it needs to go in with a further file to smooth it up, and then some sandpapers, and lots of sandpapers eventually get it nice and smooth, and you've got a gorgeous finish. So a few more contours to do here, and I'll keep going with them. And one last thing I'll do before hitting it up with the hand sanding is go in with the Black & Decker mouse and just give it a bit of a once over with that. That just takes out anything particularly rough and leaves me for the hand sanding a little bit easier. You can do this. That'll do it.